Well, hi guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I'm out here and I've been working on my Ariens Emperor again, and one of the things I had to get done was the lift for the mower deck was frozen, and to get it unfrozen, thankfully this piece here is not permanently attached like it's supposed to be. It's only got a bolt through there. Once it has the handle on it, which is just like this handle here, it'll get a bolt with a nut on it, and the handle itself will, did I say a bolt with a handle? A bolt with a nut on it. And the handle itself goes up about this high, just like this one here, match for that one. And anyway, I was able to take this off, and I had poured penetrating oil down in there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, and it was stuck pretty good. So I came in tonight, sprayed some more penetrating oil, and I took my drift here, and with the handle off the top, I kept tapping down in there until I got it to move a little bit, and drove it down as far as I could, because it only could go down as far as the bottom of this. And I sprayed penetrating oil in the slot that there is on the side. Let me sit down here so I can show you a little bit better. Trying to keep my hands out of the light, and you can see that this goes up and down in there, and I'm not sitting on the tractor, so I can't hold the handle back and push it down at the same time, but it does work smoothly now. Anyway, I kept working it up and down until I get it to go down all the way to this point, and then I would tap it back up until it came to the top point, and yeah, just kept working it up and down until it started moving smoothly, and then I drove this pin out. It's just a roll pin. And then I was able to take my drift, this big one here, and drive that shaft down in there further. Now mind you, this handle here and the shaft inside of it are no longer available. So you got to fix them or fabricate something new. So gladly, these are in pretty good shape. I had to do the same thing on my Ariens fairway several years ago, and it was more shape than this one. I had to use heat to get it apart, and thankfully I was able to save that one too. So anyway, got that all the way out, and then I pulled the spring out. There's a spring down in the bottom here that makes it spring loaded. Pulled that out, and then I sprayed lots of PB Blaster down in there, and then brake parts cleaner down in there, and then I took a small, very small ended, what do you call them? Mechanical fingers, that's it, and put this rag, it was a piece of cloth actually, or paper towel on the end of it, and ran it up and down in there, and changed the paper several times till I get it pretty clean. Then we put motorcycle chain oil on it, which is a little bit heavier than WD-40 and PB Blaster and all that stuff, and it's supposed to stick and stay. Sprayed that down inside after cleaning the shaft that went inside that was quite rusty, and most of the rust actually was up here at the top, not down here at the bottom. So I took that out, ran it on the wire wheel, and yeah, put it back in after I put the spring back in the bottom, which is about 2 inches long. Put my drift pin in there and put it all back together. And of course this handle is just in there temporarily because I gotta order the plastic handle that goes on there. And if that plastic handle, I hope it's better than the last one I ordered. This one here has been on there for a long time. I'll take you over and show you on my fairway, if I can get over there without killing myself. On my fairway, I ended up making my own T-handle because I had bought a brand new one. Cost, I think, about 18 bucks when I bought it. And I had it on there less than a week, and the thing split right across the molding line. And so this one here is actually made up of a socket that goes down inside there for this to ride through, because the socket has a square hole. And then this is actually an old chisel that I cut the point off of and rounded it and welded that to the socket. So now I have a functioning handle for my lift, and it works the same way on the other one. You can see the chain on this one. The chain on the other one is hidden down inside. So I'm real happy with this. Now my mower deck will go up and down, and I can move on to other things. I did that so I can get it down off the lift easier. I'm also hoping tomorrow to take this down off the lift and take it out in the driveway and power wash the whole thing again, including the motor. The main reason is to get the motor clean right now and the things that I have access to. And while I have that cover off up there, I'll get all that blasted out in there too. And one of the good things about this is I was wondering how I was going to wire up for a starter switch, because this just has an on-off here, because this is was originally a pull start. Well, we have electric start on our 12.5 horse. And look at this. Extra wiring in here. In fact, there's another one right here too. Now, maybe one of you guys who is smarter than me, and I haven't looked at a wiring diagram yet, but this little dooflicky down in here, I'll show you what it says. Can you see that? Type TK for use with the Tecumseh Kohler engines. Well, I don't have a Kohler engine on here now. I didn't have a Kohler engine on it before, I don't think. Well, maybe the 8 horsepower was a Kohler. This originally came with an 8 horse, then it was upgraded to the 10 horse Tecumseh. Oh, it says Tecumseh and Kohler. I'm sorry, I was reading too fast. So I have no idea what it is. It might be a relay that was intended to be used with electric start, or for the charging system perhaps. I don't know. I'm going to have to be looking that thing up. So anyway, that's where we're at. The wiring's all there, and it comes out back here. And so I'll have access for it to run my solenoid, and of course the solenoid to the starter, and charging system. And you can see that I have some wires hanging out on this V-twin that would have to do with the charging system right here. Here's the regulator actually. So I'm going to have to do some research on how that gets wired up. That's my progress report for today. The Emperor. Yes, sirree, Bob. Thanks for watching, for commenting, and for subscribing. Whoa, don't blind the guys. Don't blind them. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And you can fix your Emperor too, if you've a mind to. Bye for now. One more thing. I bought a new helmet to use on my lawnmower when I get it going. You know, when you got a V-twin engine on the back end of your Ariens riding mower. Where is it? There it is. You can never tell what kind of a wheelie it's gonna do. Not a bad helmet for $2, huh? Woohoo!